Good morning, YouTube and Facebook. This is Chandler again from Classic Care Services. About to get started with my day. Got a lot of upholstery cleaning today, so I'm excited. And I'm adding in a repeat customer who need to get one room done later on today, so I'm excited with what I got going on today. But I'm starting out this morning. My thought of the day and my driving force for today is taking responsibility for my actions. And I encourage everybody out there getting your day started, let's take responsibility for our actions. Let's allow responsibility to be a great teacher for us today. So often we sometimes, and I know I do, don't take responsibility for things that have happened, my own particular actions, because if anything happens to you that's out of your control, that's nothing to worry about, to be concerned about, because you can't control it anyways. But let's take responsibility for what we can control. And let's talk about a few examples. And one example is what comes out of our mouth and what we say. One thing that I'm pretty decent at and that I've done before, that's probably part of the gifts and talent that the Lord has given me, is to teach. And so often people are really reckless with their mouth, they're reckless with their information, and we have a responsibility to our fellow man, our fellow citizen, to, when we pass on information or when we teach one another, is to teach one another properly and to use the correct information, as well as teaching techniques or trying to help someone to understand, and not oversimplify something, because sometimes we try to make it so simple that we water it down. And I'm not saying you make anything difficult, because wisdom teaches us that sometimes the wise is in the simple, right? Some of the simple things you can see wisdom in. So, but a wise teacher will be able to teach a student techniques, teach a student understanding information, and how to put it all together in a simple way without oversimplifying it and leaving information out. That's important. And I'll give you an example. I can think of as a cleaner, and I can come up with a lot of examples actually, but let's just take someone who is just getting to the carpet cleaning business and not really know much about cleaning. And you tell them, and they can look at someone cleaning with a wand and it's like, wow, that's easy, I can do that. Well, overall what you see is pretty simple, but there's a lot of details in that you don't see. For example, I have this carpet cleaning wand here. So when someone's cleaning, all you see is them moving the wand back and forth. But it's a lot more going on with that besides just moving the wand back and forth. It's how you overlap your wand strokes. It's when do you pull the trigger, when do you release the trigger. It's, are you doing a dry stroke? Also, what's coming out of this wand is important, okay? It's very important what comes out of this wand. So to just tell someone, hey, just run the wand over, it's real simple, that would be doing a disservice to your fellow man. That's not taking responsibility for what comes out of your mouth. And what comes out of your mouth is very, very important, because it becomes a seed, it becomes real, whether we can see it or not. Why? Because it goes inside someone's ear, into their mind, into their heart. What you think is silly, what you think is not important, could be very important to someone else. So let's take responsibility for what we say, what we do, and we can't take responsibility for other people, but let's be concerned about our fellow man, especially what we tell them. So this is a simple example for cleaners, that one of the most basic things to do in cleaning when you're doing hot water extraction is to run that wand over it. But there's a lot more details to that. It's a lot more technique to it in many different ways, okay? So guys, you have a great morning. Let's get out here and take responsibility and have a profitable day.